So I'm sitting here and thinking, what am I going to talk about for Talking with Town? And I'll be honest, I haven't thought of anything yet. I just put the camera on. So the first thing that comes to mind, that's what we're going to go talk about. A big topic that I've been kind of looking into lately is the difference between left brain and right brain thinkers. I got people in my life that are far left brain thinkers, and I'm a far right brain thinker. And it actually causes a lot of conflict. But until I started kind of reading about it on the internet, I really didn't understand why. It explains a lot about the main conflicts I've had in my life have been with left brain thinkers. You know, they think a lot of my behaviors are silly and arbitrary and unnecessary. I think it's fun to do all that stuff. You know? They think, they're big believers in critical thinking, whereas I think, well, I might have that wrong. If critical thinking means like being a critic of music or something like that, critic of movies or something, I really don't attribute much value to that, apart from a person giving their opinion whether they like it or not. You know, picking something apart has no value to me. And the only value saying you like something or not is it a recommendation for somebody else to see it or not. But figuring out all the things that are wrong with something, no need for that for me. You know, I think left brain thinkers get really locked into one way of looking at something. You know? A lot of conflicts that I've reached from left brain thinkers is you'll be like having a conversation, you know, you'll challenge one of their beliefs somehow, and then you'll end up saying things like, well, just consider whether I'm right, and they'll be like, nope, you're wrong. Well, take a second and consider whether I'm truly wrong or maybe you're wrong. And they'll be, nope, I know the facts, I know what's going on better than you. I'm like, well, you don't want to look at it that way. Here's another way to look at it. Nope. You know, they're just hard-headed, you know. I don't seem very adaptable, and it seems like it's getting into my issues. But yeah, my main thing is like, you know, they think I'm flighty, and left brain thinkers think I'm flighty, and they think I'm, you know, kind of a loser, which I am. But I gotta figure out a way to use my strengths now that I kind of know about left brain and right brain thinking. I can't like try and force myself. Like, it's a classic like round hole square peg, and it seems like forever I've been trying to fit into that square hole when I'm a round peg or whatever, however it goes. Yeah. The other thing is, like, words are very important. I think they choose their words more carefully. Whereas somebody like a right brain thinker is just expressing themselves all the time. Boom, 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 flying around. They don't like to be interrupted, even though they interrupt all the time. But they interrupt to clarify stuff. And I interrupt because I'm adding to what they're saying, but they don't like that. And to me, that's a conversation, you know? you're taking part in a conversation two-way, not a big like 2-hour lecture from one person to another, one-on-one fun, but more like, hey, you know, oh, you just said this, and this kind of goes along with that, and it kind of gets us somewhere that we both can reach that we weren't aware of, you know, it like adds to it, and it builds it up. Whereas the other thing is just kind of stagnant, like, oh, Jesus. And now that I interrupted you, you gotta go back to the beginning and say it all again? My God, torture. Torture. So, not a very analytical view of left brain, right thinking, but I'm a right brain thinker. I don't have to be analytical. I should probably learn a little more about being a logical, analytical thinker to relate to people, but I will, but I don't necessarily need to. So that's my spiel on that. And the problem, major problem is that I'm far right brain thinking, and they are far left brain thinking. If you're more towards the middle, which most of society is in the middle, far less conflict in the middle. So anyways, that's my 2 cents for talking with Tarot. And if I made you mad, I'm sorry. One man's opinion. That's all it is.